Hey folks, Matt from artoftheimage.com. Question in from Saeed Salman Ahmed. Hope I said that right. Okay, sir, but what if I ask for the Nikon D7100 versus D5500? Question mark. Better performance and value for money. Also, if you can mention which should I buy, the 7100 or 7200 as a beginner. So, if I understand your question, you're wanting to know which I would recommend between the 7100 and the 5500, and then if between the 7100 and the 7200 as a beginner. And then he goes on to say, and I need it for photography and a bit of video for general purpose. Tough question. I always lean towards the 5500 for video because I like the maneuverable LCD. Some people don't care. I think once you start using one, you'll never want to go back. So for me, for video, always go to the 5500. But then you need to remember that the 7100 and the 7200 have the ability to use older lenses. They don't have to use AFS only lenses if you want autofocus. So you can use the older AF and the AFD lenses on them, and they will drive both those motors because the body has a built-in motor drive for AF. The 5500 does not, so you need to have an AFS lens on there if you want to use an autofocus lens. If you want to autofocus, you can still use them in manual focus. You just can't autofocus without an AFS lens. This might be a big deal for some people, might not be a big deal for others. Me, I'm actually, for the first time in years, starting to get back into manual focusing lenses. I know it's not everybody's cup of tea, but you just need to be aware of this because the 7100 and the 7200, they can drive an older non-AFS lens. They can focus it, autofocus it. 5500 cannot. The other thing is that both the 7100 and both the 7100 and 7200 have more of a pro body setup. They have the front and the rear dials, which I like. So, you've got your aperture and your shutter speed dials instead of having to toggle one dial between the two. I really like that, but I choose to give it up on the D5500 for the advanced option of the vari-angle LCD. When I pray to the Nikon gods at night, I ask them, please, Nikon God, when you release the 5500 update, please put in, actually that's not even true, when you release the 7200 update, because what I want is I want those two dials and a vari-angle LCD. So Nikon gods, put in a vari-angle LCD, put it in on all your bodies. You started to do that with the 750 on the Pro line, on the full frame, and you need to do it on all of them. Everybody, once they have a vari-angle LCD, will fall in love with it. It's awesome, and please, anyways, so that's my answers. That's really the big difference there. Is if you're doing a lot of video, I like the 5500 for the vari-angle LCD, and the 71 and 7200s have maybe a little bit more robust body. I never see the build quality as a problem. The 5500 is great, and it's small. I like that it's small. However, I do like the two dials, and it's nice that way. Also, they have dual card slots, which is really nice too. So that's a feature to remember. So what do you guys think? If I missed anything there he wants to consider, those are my big points between the two. Leave your comments below. Thanks for your question, and stay tuned. We'll be back soon here at artoftheimage.com.